All right, hello everyone. This is the DrEnderPickles Show. Welcome back for another episode. Today we have Clyde, the infamous Clyde. Will you please introduce yourself?
Hi. Um, Contrary to what people say, it's actually c1yd3i. I pronounce the whole thing.
I see. Okay, I won't misgender you again.
No, you can call me Clyde because I think c1yd3i means Clyde. Um, it's a funny story though how I even got that.
Well, interesting. Why don't we start off with that story? Tell me how you got your name.
Well, my obviously my name isn't Clyde. Um, I was friends with this kid um, back in like 2010 maybe. We played Counter-Strike Source together, and we ran a Counter-Strike Source game server. Just did all this stuff like, we're young, we want to run game servers and play, and I don't know. And that was like when I was introduced to what Minecraft was. And his internet name was like, I think it was like iClyde, and his Minecraft account was c1yd3i. And like him and I were just very good friends, and I think he didn't like it anymore, and he just gave me the account c1yd3i. And then I started using the name on all the Minecraft forums, and I just kind of came to be him, and that's how I'm c1yd3i. It's scary though, because like he bought it, and I haven't talked to him in years. I don't think I have him on Facebook anymore, so like if I ever lose the account, I don't have the transaction ID or the receipt or anything, and I don't think he does.
Dang. All right. Well, I want to move on to another question because I've got a big
Sure.
list of questions. Because before this, I asked Jared, what are some interesting questions that you would ask Clyde that you
Oh,
don't
okay.
know or
I
that you
love
think
Jared.
people should know? So yeah, he sent a ton of stuff. So all my questions are
Oh,
irrelevant now.
oh, okay. Well, you can still ask your questions. I want to hear from you because you're an interesting person. I don't want to hear. I don't want Jared to interview me.
That's true. That's true. I have some interesting questions I'll ask, but I'll save them more
Do
towards the
whatever you
end
want.
because there's some pretty nice questions.
Yeah, sure. I'll
All
do
right,
my
so
best.
I'm gonna start off. So your history at the Cool Kids Club base.
Oh
You're
yeah.
very infamous for that base. A lot of history with that
I don't think
base.
I'm infamous. Sorry, I
I'd
said
say
I don't think I'm that
I'd say
infamous.
surrounding that
Okay.
base. You know, it's kind of a well-known
Yeah.
base within history.
Sure.
So, what was your experience there like?
Um. Well, I guess I won't jump right into that. I guess I want to give some context for I don't know, some of what I was like, what was going on in my personal life when I was playing 2B2T so many years ago. Well, it's not that long ago, but you know what I mean. Like I was living with my mom, and my mom was like, I love her. She's a great person, but she's one of those people where it's been harder to have her in, like, I love her, but having her in my life really, I don't know, detracts from the quality of my life. I don't know how to explain it otherwise. Like, she just, she yelled, and she had OCD, and she had all these problems, and my parents are divorced, so I would only be at my mom's 50% of the time. But basically, at least during that period, like 2B2T was an escape for me. So I would like come home from school, and I had played 2B2T before that, but I just remember these couple years where like it was really bad, and I just played 2B2T. So I think that was when I was at the Cool Kids Club. I had enough time on my hands where like I could just play 2B2T all, not all day, but I remember like remember being downstairs on Christmas or something, and I'm playing 2B2T, and I was in high school, and like played all through the night, stay up to like 4 a.m. It was that kind of thing. Um, I don't know about my, like, I don't know where to start with my experience. It was really fun. Um, I think that was like my first real base. Um, I don't know. Do you know about like the tiny chats?
Yes, yes. Well,
Yeah.
I know what
So,
Tiny Chat is. I don't know.
well, sorry, like
Yeah,
2B2T Sexy Time. Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of it. I don't know what it is though. So I don't think a lot of
Well,
viewers do.
yeah, I mean, the server was a lot smaller. when I was playing, and because it was smaller, like we used to just go in 2v2t sexy time. It was like a cam group sort of online, and like people would just come on and talk and play the game, and it was like a big Skype call that everyone would join on the server, and you had
Holy
people.
crap.
I don't know. You had. I'm trying to think of funny people who came on. Um, like one of Housemaster's friends came on. I remember Aaron would come on. He was in the military um, at some point, and he came on like wearing his GI hat or something, and he's shirtless and bulk as fuck, and he's smoking a cigar in this apartment. The video is just filling up with smoke and stuff. But one of these crazy characters was Russell League, who is still a very good friend. Like again, everyone from 2v2t. Of course, I have Russell League on LinkedIn and I have him on Facebook, and I'm not going to say his real name. Um, but when I met him, I think he was like tripping on acid or something on 2v2t sexy time and wearing this like I don't know, it was like a Tim Horton Halloween hat and these bright orange biker glasses, and he's shirtless. Oh, and it was Trans Kuja who's in the tiny chat as well, and Trans Kuja is just getting drunk. Um, I we think Trans Kuja got arrested or something. That's another story. These are all just people that I missed. That's why I'm laughing, and it was so much fun. But so I met Russell League through the chat. I don't know how we became friends. I'll probably have to ask Tristan or someone to even remind me, or I'll just text him. I don't even know if he remembers. But but him and I are like, hey, you know what? There's all these people basing. Let's just go as far out as we can and build a base so we can be cool like everyone else. And sort of so I remember like being again, this was when like I was in my room because my mom was upset at me or something, and it's just like the whole night walking to whatever, it was like 100K in the nether or something. We basically just walked down an axis and we're like, we're gonna go to a million, and then I think we get to 120K and it's like, yeah, we're done. We didn't even leave the axis. We just feel like, all right, let's dig 500 blocks off the axis. This is good enough. And we just, yeah, I mean, we just built a base, and it was awesome. And we invited some cool people that I really miss. I think Dr. Cash was there. He was awesome. It was Dr. Cash. It was Silver Crown King. It was Silent Pedro. I have to go through screenshots. I can pull them up while we're talking. Um, but it was like a good group of people. James Russell's came up eventually, but that was like before he, that was when he was Jeb. That was his name, J_EB.
And
And he actually came up because he was the first person I ever based with on 2B2T.
I want to save some questions
Um,
about him for the end of the show too.
yeah, sure. But like it was fun. I just remember like having fun with people. I think Silent Pedro built this. It was when 1.8 came out. He built this beautiful glass. I don't know, this like stained glass house. We're using all the new building materials. I spent a lot of time building this train line that went through the jungle. It went really far. I was just really into building train lines, like in Minecraft, and trying to make them go through beautiful areas and like leave the biome untouched. And I remember I was working on this massive train station that had like 5 platforms. Um, that was when, no, I think beacons already existed, but yeah. And then I think I invited Kino up because Kino and I are buds. I think Tristan came up towards the end. Oh, and I don't know how I could forget, but we had like the biggest gold farm that was on the server, and it was so big and it lagged the server so much that this is anecdotal. I think it crashed it. Maybe it didn't. And I remember Silver Crown King got really upset because I think Housemaster had to disable it or something. Um, and it was really fun because they were really cool people. And I mean, there was some tension because like I was just acting stupid. And I was just being impulsive. I was like, let me get on Silver's nerves. Just because like I was bored and I don't think I could contribute as much as Silver could to one of these projects, or I just didn't have the patience. And I was just like dicking around. And I know Silver got really upset just because I like was just it wasn't that I was trying to do stupid shit. I just wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. A lot of times in Minecraft, I would walk around aimlessly. So like I remember I broke something, And I'm saying that because I'm very upset, or I wish that I didn't do that because they're cool people, and I know I upset Silver a little bit. I lost my train of thought, but if you want to keep asking
Yeah.
questions about that, that was like, I think we had that base for like over a year. Eventually, Russell League left. I don't want to talk, like, he had some personal things, and he was just gone, and it was sad. And he came back, and he doesn't play Minecraft now, but he basically stopped playing 2B2T a little bit into the KKK, but he's always been a part of like the 2B2T friend groups. Tristan knows him. We're good friends with him.
All right. Well, speaking of Tristan, you guys
Yeah,
have a very long history together. Everywhere I've been on TV, it's always been Clyde and Tristan, Clyde and Tristan. So I want to
sure.
know, how did you become such good
Um,
friends with Tristan, and what has your history looked like between the two of you?
by the way, all the screenshots from the KKK that I had in my screenshot program at the time are gone. I found one Minecraft screenshot, 172. It's at my first base ever on 2B2T. I think I had come back there. Like, I think that this isn't like when I was building it because it's 172. But it's a cool screenshot. It's from May 2014. So the question that you had was my history with Tristan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually I listened to the interview you did with Tristan at work today. I thought it was good, and I thought he covered a lot of things. I mean, he didn't cover anything that I mean, it was like great. Um, I don't know how I met. I don't know how I met Tristan. He said the same thing. I think I was friends with Pyrobite. I started talking to Pyro. I think when we were on the temp map. I don't know if you've heard of the temp map, but
Yeah, I've
Tr-
heard of a tip map.
Tristan forgot about it.
I'm not that
I was
dumb.
talking with Pyro then. We were talking about like app development or something because we were both programmers, and I was helping Pyro. Pyrobite and I have like, we've written some stuff together. And like Tristan was friends with Pyrobite. I'm sure it had something to do with that because that's some of my earliest memories. Maybe like something to do with Vapid. I don't know. But yeah, Tristan is. I think he's one of my, if not like my best friend. You know.
Yeah, that must be nice having friends that stick around from the very beginning. I can't say I've had that same experience.
Well, I mean, not even. This has nothing to do with 2B2T. We talk all the time. 2B2T is like a side thing. We met on
Yeah.
2B2T, but he mentioned like I've come up to visit him before and had dinner with his family, and they're all really amazing people, and he's a really 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 kind and nice guy. Um, so he's just a really good friend. That's all. And I guess yeah, we play 2B2T together. We both kind of get have an enjoyment over, I guess, similar Minecraft things. We like making videos together. I guess we like the old Windows tutorial aesthetic.
Yeah.
He's educated me a little bit on Dell latitudes, which is it's an inside joke.
All right. Well, speaking of inside jokes,
Yeah.
I want to know about other players you've based with. Okay.
Other players are what? You cut out?
Other players you've based with.
Um.
So, and more specifically, Silver Crown King, who I've also had on the show by this
Oh.
point, but his interview has not been
Oh, you've
released yet.
talked to him.
Yeah, I have talked to him. His interview's
He
not
told
been
he,
hasn't been
he
released
told
yet.
me he told me that I told Tristan what you said to me, and it sounded exactly like him now. Um, the only thing I'll say about Silver is he's a really, really cool guy. He's smart. Again, he's caring. He was a good friend to have when we did play together. Um, I think that I was younger and I was in the mindset of I don't even remember what I did. I think I just did some stupid things as a kid. And in addition to being nice, and obviously we had good times if he came up to my base and walked that far. Um, but just after KKK or something, he stopped playing. He changed his name, and he just didn't talk to me. So I still don't really understand what happened, and I feel bad. But I have nothing against him. I think that after the KKK, um, he sort of was like, I don't know. I just know that there's been some awkward encounters, and he's acted sort of weird. At least I feel like. I don't want to really talk about this, so I don't think it's my place to say. But I think
Yeah.
he's a good guy, and I miss being friends with him. So that's all I'll say. I just know that other people have said like weird stuff's happening and blah blah blah, but he's hilarious and he's fun.
All right, so I want to ask you about another player, Jack the
Yeah,
Ripper,
sure.
who I've also had on.
Yeah, he's I mean, I'll say the same thing about Jack. Like, he's. I think a lot of people from 2B2T are just really like, they're very smart, and like inside they're very good people. You know, it might not manifest itself that way when we're on Reddit or when we're joking around. I don't know, just like on the server or in like game chats, because it's the kind of thing like it's an escape to be politically incorrect, But behind that, like Jack's the kind of person that I don't know, like I feel I could talk to about personal stuff at a bar or something, and he'd be nice. That's not a good analogy, but
Yeah,
he's really
I get
cool.
that.
I think him and I used to actually like talk a little bit and be friends, and he was really nice. I think it's the same thing. Like I think I was just being stupid on the server, and people have like it's the kind of thing like you joke around on the server. I don't know. Like I'm just trying to think of an example. Like just because I'm screwing with your base or something, it doesn't mean I don't like you. It doesn't mean I'm trying to. No, that's a bad example. I don't know what I was trying. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to articulate. It's very hard and tired. I think the thing with Jack the Ripper is that I, Tristan and I, for example, antagonized Warmonger. It's just we did, and it's pretty bad, and we didn't stop because it's a video game, it doesn't matter. But I think some people can get very personally affected over what happens in a video game, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I just didn't realize that by screwing around on a video game, it can piss people off and they don't want to be your friend anymore. But it's the kind of thing like with Tristan and the other people that I guess I'm friends with in Nerds Inc. We say shit to each other all the time, and it doesn't matter, I guess, and maybe it should matter, but does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I like Jack, and no one said anything. I'm just under the impression that I've come across kind of not great, and because of that, it's cut off relationships that I've had with people on 2B2T that could have been stronger.
Speaking on that topic, you mentioned Warmonger. I don't want to get too deep into that because I know it's kind of a messy situation. But what
Yeah,
can
it's
you,
fine.
yeah, what can you say about that whole situation with Warmonger?
um, Tristan, just listen to Tristan's interview. You can get a really, really, really good reaction out of him. Like you could just say anything, and he'll just take it so seriously. And what are you doing playing Minecraft? He has like a kid. He's older, so it's funny because you can get these reactions out of this like 40-year-old man playing Minecraft, and he there's some truth with the with the chest sorters too. There are these massive redstone contraptions, and if you're around them, your TPS is basically zero. So the whole thing with the lag machines is definitely true. I can't speak to if it's actually to like if it's hurting the server, but I know that whenever Warmonger was online, the TPS was zero, and when he wasn't online, the TPS would go up. And I wrote a bot that monitored the TPS sometime, I don't know, years ago. So like I didn't just pull that out of my ass, but it's very possible it could have just been a coincidence. So yeah, we poked Warmonger's buttons, and again, we took it too far. Well, I guess there's two angles. If you care about maintaining friends and you care about people, and then you took it too far. But if you're in the mindset of I'm just going to come on 2B2T and be politically incorrect and be an asshole and all that stuff, then I mean, like, it doesn't matter. And I think the problem was I started and I had a mindset of I want to be friends with a lot of people. And like, I did want to be friends with a lot of people, but it was just funny to poke buttons and say shit and get reactions out of people. And that kind of took over. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So Warmonger and I, yeah, we based together. We were in a group chat. He's cool. He's one of Brandon's friends, and Brandon Brunillan is a another very close friend of mine
I used to
now,
know him.
and he's always, every time Tristan and I said something to Warmonger, Brandon would be pissed at us, man. So it's just um it's fucking hilarious though. That's what's so terrible.
That's great. I always remember hearing about Warmonger, but never really specifically
Yeah.
the stuff that happened to
I
him.
mean, he's a great base mate. I'd love to base with him. But eventually, like, we just, like, I don't know. Like, there was some stuff where we griefed KGB. Um, I don't even, yeah, I don't want to get into specifics about that.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to move on to the last individual player that I want to ask you about, and
Yeah,
that
sure.
is Jared 2013. So I
Okay.
think I've made it very clear in every interview that he's been included or mentioned that he's
Mm-hmm.
a crazy person.
Yeah.
The whole "I'm quitting for real this time" meme that
Yeah.
circulates from him. So I want to know what your opinions on Jared is. What's your history with Jared? Stuff like that.
I mean, I think you're probably not going to be surprised for me to say that I think he's a nice person.
Oh no,
um,
Jared's. I mean, me and Jared have a
that's the
lot
thing. Like,
in common.
I don't really look at a lot of like again, like, it's hard for me to give, like, I think the answers that people or that you would want to hear, because it's like I know Jared. I've known Jared for 5 or 6 years, so it's like I don't think of 2B2T because I don't think I played 2B2T in 2 years. So my context is all what's been going on with him. He's a nice person. I think that you shouldn't have published that thing with Tristan yesterday because a lot of it's just like stuff that's going on in our friend group that you guys or anyone listening won't really understand. But he's a part of the group. He's fine. He's not going anywhere. He's a good guy. I think on 2B2T he's like totally soulless, and I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
He,
He operates
he's
completely void of
he,
emotion.
he's like one of the best 2B2T players, man.
That's
Just
what
because
makes
of
him so
how he's
good.
built.
Yeah,
He's a that this is probably a better answer. Like, he's on 2B2T, he's a sociopath.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
great. I remember meeting him. I think I met him for the first time on the temp map, and we were going to like the temp maps NFE, which was this castle that like it was Aaron and Tazo were guarding. And I think that was when Jared was on Battle Boy Ted's. And yeah, he was cool and he helped me out. He was just weird. He said like he lied and said that this was Jared's brother or something. Maybe he didn't lie. I haven't talked to him about this ever. I'm trying to think what else. And eventually, I was like joking around, and I bought a Minecraft account named Jared is a faggot. And Jared, like, I haven't talked to him about this, so I don't want to like. I'm not saying this, and I'm saying this is exactly what happened. This is just my perspective. He got very pissed off, and we kind of had a falling out for a little bit. Like, the relationship that we had kind of like, he got really upset that I made that account. And I thought it was just funny because it's like, why are you getting upset? Who fucking cares? If someone made an account named Clyde as a faggot, I'd be like, yeah, someone cared enough to drop $20 on a shame name or shame account or something, you know? Because
Hmm.
this was before you could change Minecraft names. It was like that was the account. just burned $20. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, I also want to ask you about Unity.
Um. Oh, whoa. I'm surprised you know about that. I can't speak for what Unity was. I believe Dr. Cash was affiliated with it in some way. Maybe the Fox as well. I think Dr. Cash was. It was just like I feel terrible. and I lost all the screenshots of this time, but they had some group that was like helping new players who joined the server that was long gone by then. And Unity was like a spawn base sort of near that. So I just spent a lot of time like fixing it up and like inviting people there. I used to spend time at spawn, like building stuff and building farms and trying to help people because this was back when, you know, there weren't a million people on the server. We wanted people to join. We just didn't want this many people, or at least I wanted new people.
This audience of people.
Yeah, so I hung out there. Build Smash was there with me. Build Smash is. Have you ever heard of Build Smash?
No, I haven't.
Oh, maybe that's before your time then.
Much
Build
before I
Smash was a
joined early
player.
2014. So
So Build
yeah.
Smash was a player who would be online almost. I mean, basically as much as Pop Bob. There were two people. It was Pop Bob, like what kind of life do you live? And then there was Build Smash, and the other thing was like what kind of life do you live? And Build Smash just like spewed Bible verses all day. He like you could talk about anything in the chat, and he'd have some Christian comment to
Oh
say
yeah,
about it.
wasn't there some sort of preacher that
And
played
he was
2B2Ts?
like,
Was he that
well,
guy?
I mean, no one knew anything about him. He had a Jesus skin. It was like borderline where you don't know if he's trolling, but he does it so well, and he has an answer for everything, and he knows so much about Christianity that it it has to be real. And then one day he just told me, like me specifically, he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to Africa to like volunteer to help Ebola children." But it's like, okay, and I haven't heard from him since. He's just gone. There's
Oh
just been
no.
nothing. And the thing was, he was helping me build a church at Unity, and I thought I was so cool because I actually got through to Build Smash and got him to build something with me. But it's like he, this is the weird thing. He was at spawn. He didn't have any gear. He just sat at spawn talking in chat all day. I don't. It was such a weird thing. That was like a cool. That was a good 2B2T thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I do feel like I remember somebody like that that was few verses like that. And I
Yeah.
remember
So
hearing about
so
a pastor that played 2B. So I don't know if this is the same person, but they
I
sound
don't
like the
know.
same person.
Him and I made I made a bot that you would do trivia, Christian trivia on 2B2T. Build Smash wrote all the questions. Um, and like it was an amazing project when I was doing like early programming stuff. It was in Node.js. And you'd like say, I want a new trivia game, and it would ask questions, and you would try to do answers, and it would keep score on who got what right. This was all automated. And then it would like present a results sheet online, and you could go and view the results of your game, and it stored like every game historically. It was up for like a month, and then I took it down or something broke, or I lost the questions, or I don't know. Probably still have it somewhere. I used to write lots of bots on 2B2T, and
And
then
now
it just
bots
became
are just
stupid to have a
so
bot.
yeah,
It's
bots are
just
so
stupid.
mainstream
It's
now.
spam.
Yeah.
They weren't spam back then. It was back then. Tristan mentioned that we had he wrote a Minecraft web chat app. I wrote a Minecraft web chat app because we're at school and we want to talk in 2B2T. 2B2T, it was actually like a chat room. That was the joke. It's single player with chat once you're out so far. So we'd log on and like I wrote something. You know how like Slack auto expands or Discord, I guess, auto expands YouTube videos. So it would like you paste a YouTube video, give the name of the YouTube video, and it wouldn't actually clutter chat up because chat wasn't a nightmare back then. I mean, there'd be people who come on and spam, but you just ignore them, and it was manageable. It was a different place. It was like this is why or a lot of people I feel like are so upset about Russia. It's like imagine like you have an IRC chat room with like 13 people, and then all of a sudden 200 people come in and just start spamming all day. Well, it just killed your community, and then there's no way to give all the community like a new IRC link because like it just doesn't work. Like so that's what just sucks. It's like I miss coming on and talking to people. And I was actually telling Tristan today, like, we were reminiscing about all these old people that used to be on that, like, I don't know. Let me know if I'm cutting out, by the way, but I was friends with them and they were cool and I had a rapport and I knew, oh, I could talk to him about this. And it's like they're all gone because this happened. And I'm never going to see any of them again. Like there's no chance in my entire life. Yeah. I was we just paused, by the way, because his mom had to go talk to him. So
That is untrue. That's false statement. But whatever. Go ahead.
yeah, so I was just saying that I went into my push account, which is what I used to take screenshots with. Again, they're all gone. Like, not getting them back. But there's one where it's me messaging Housemaster, and I say, Pyrobyte open a new server called 3v3t.net and stole your players, GG mate. And he just says, literally can't care less. And that just describes Housemaster because he just doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah,
It's sad.
I remember
Ooh,
joining 3B way back in the day. I think I mentioned that in Tristan's interview that was where I
yeah.
started playing.
So, so Pyrobyte used to own an image like a screenshot service called 8pixel, and I used it for 2b2t screenshots for like a year, and 8pixel's down. So I don't really have a way to get in contact with Pyrobyte. I have an old Google Talk account of his, and he doesn't answer on it. So that sucks. I might have just lost tons of screenshots.
Rip Pyrobyte.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I probably have screenshots. None of them are accessible right, which is sad. But I'll have to go through them because there's some good stuff.
All right, so
Um, yeah, I'm going to my Reddit account or one of them because I think I have some good pictures. I was mentioning those TB2T sexy time groups, and I think I did post something. But go on and ask your question.
yes, okay. So I want to know about your initiation into Nerds Inc.
Um, as Tristan told you, there was no initiation. It's just like I don't know. We That was during a time that we had we had the most backdoors that we kind of ever had. We were on this island that was Talos, and we had like animal spawn. We Am I cutting out because it looks like my mic keeps turning off?
No, it's fine. You're fine.
Okay, so yeah, we had an island that had like animal spawners, that like just unlimited everything. We had end portals. We had I don't know. We just had like it was fucking crazy. Um, and somehow I got there. I don't remember why. I think our goal was to like grief like Jack's end base or something. I don't know. That was like we that was when Sato called us the tyranny because we like I don't know. I don't even remember any of this. I just know that we had the island and we were doing something. And during that time, they had like a group chat that Jared and Tristan and Taylor had a group chat that they were like using to coordinate whatever griefing or hacking we were doing. I don't even remember what my relationship was with them at that time, but I was just invited at some point because I was with them. Like it's totally, I have no memory of it. I should. And we've just had that group chat in Skype for like years and years. Tristan explained it already. And now here we are. It's just like Nerds Inc. is just kind of like a joke. It's. I mean, literally think of it as like I don't know, like my girlfriend is in a Snapchat group chat called Bays with all of her girlfriends, and they I don't know, they just talk about shit. Think about it like that. It's not anything to be 2T related. We're just all friends. Talk about school and work and stuff. Just happens to be formed onto B2T, but that's it. I mean, and we basically only play together and we share everything. There's almost nothing that I don't know that Tristan knows or Pop Bob knows or whatever.
Yeah, so I asked Tristan about this too. So Tristan and Pop Bob, as you know, are back on Constantium. Are you
Yeah.
playing with them now? Are you guys spacing together? What are you doing on the server
Um,
as of
I'm
now?
way too busy with work. I want to play with them, and every day I'm like, oh yeah, I'll come on tonight. I just can't. I work. I'm a software engineer now, and I work long hours, and or not even that. I'm just tired at the end of the day. Come home and I watch TV. So, but I am on the side. I'm still contributing to NHAC. We've been working on NHAC for like years and years. And to me, it has nothing to do with TB2T. Again, I'm a programmer. It's always been like a pet project that is fun to work on because you get to like reverse engineer stuff and you know, you get a reaction out of people, and it's cool. Like, yeah, like what's our goal? We're gonna make enterprise quality code, and we're gonna make the best Minecraft cheat in the world. And it's like, it's just funny, you know, because no one else who's making these cheats knows what they're doing, but we do, and it's just great. And
Well,
yeah,
so that's basically where Nerds Inc. stands today. It's
yeah, we're a bunch of cool friends. We talk, we reminisce about 2BTT, but about a month ago, if you even mentioned 2BTT, I think Papa would be like, or someone would be like, "Don't mention that shithole," and like shut it down. And we just didn't talk about it. I don't know why Minecraft became acceptable again. Just like Tristan says, it transitions between talking about Dota. I was not posting for like 6 months at one point because I just didn't have Skype installed, and they just shit post about technology. Really, now because most of us are programmers, like Brand doesn't post anymore because he's going through some stuff. Tuna just left. Like, I'll just like be like look what I did at work, guys, and then Papa will be like, oh wow, this is why this technology that you're using is so terrible. You need to kill yourself because you're using a meme technology. And then I'll try to defend it. It's basically the Hacker News comment section. If anyone watching this is a programmer, except it's more politicalized, and we talk about people being HIV positive a lot. We have like our own little tropes, and we all have connections on 2B2T, which is just so funny. It's like, I don't have to worry. If I need something on 2B2T, I got it.
all right. Well, I have another interesting question that I think
Yeah,
not a lot of people know about. Where does
sure.
Winston come
Yeah,
from?
I'm loving this. Mm,
Winston.
um, I can't answer that. I'm sorry.
What? Okay, I didn't know this would be so under wraps.
Yeah, we just it's okay. Like like it's fine, you know.
Okay.
No, I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, like it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like come on, like get Winston and stuff like that. It's every year you got to do a Winston, you know.
The annual Winston.
Yeah, there's gonna be a Winston every year, and if the server dies, then we're gonna start committing terrorist attacks or something. Winston will not stop. I'm never even a part of Winston. It's normally Tristan and Talo that carry out the Winston, but Talo is like in the military or something. So now it's Tristan and Vicky that carry out the Winston.
All
And I
right.
think it's a relatively new tradition for Tristan to to make videos about it. It's relatively new.
Well, unless you have anything else to talk about. Oh wait, I'm so stupid. I forgot I was gonna ask you another question.
Yeah,
So,
these
what?
questions you could have asked any questions, but these I've had other stuff on my mind that like I don't know I can't just create a narrative,
Yeah.
but you know, there's so much to 2B2T, man, and there's just so many stories and experiences I've had. It's like, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's like a part of, people say it, but it's true. It's like, you know, it's like a part of my life.
What do you
I've
think?
had
What do you
so
think the best
many
experience you've had on
encounters.
2B was?
Um, I mean, playing with Tristan and everyone, and I was really fun when we could V clip. I think the best experiences I've had on 2B2T were when I first started, and it was like, what is this place with 5 people online at all times, and like cute, you know, just this insane world that went on forever and was, you know, endless, and like, how come no one's ever heard of this place, and just the wonder and awe. I remember when Papa, like, you know, Papa and I didn't know each other, and like, you know, he, like, I was one of his victims, and I was scared. I was like, oh no, Papa's gonna get me because I was at spawn. Um, I've met Kino Rana in real life. Him and I were at the beach last summer. Hanging out with him was a great 2B2T experience. Brunillan and I have hung out twice now, and I'm actually seeing Brunillan in 3 weeks during Halloween. I'm going to a conference where he lives, and him and I are going to get dinner and hang out.
Really, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I think my best my like playing the game was when I originally joined. I remember there was this castle near Spawn that had underground watermelon farms. That was when Tuna used to play on LTUNAS. It was just like early 2B2T for me was amazing. Not early for everyone else, but like early in my mind is great. And then just meeting all these amazing people. I'm very confident that I'll be friends with Tristan and Brandon, and Tristan and Brandon are my best friends. I've known Brandon and Tristan for so long, um, and Brandon's helped my life in so many ways and given me just incredible advice. Like I literally wouldn't be the person I am today without 2B2T. Like you don't understand. You're interviewing. You're playing as a joking around, and it's like a Minecraft server. But I've met people who've changed my life. Guided me through relationships. Helped me get my job. Brandon. I think the last time I was interviewing, Brandon was what was it? I think they had sent me an offer letter, and Brandon was helping me respond to the offer letter. Like
Hmm.
just an example of like I literally would not be the person that I am today without some of these people. And I don't think I would have learned the, you know, discipline almost. Like I was talking about, oh, I pissed Silver Crown King off, and I'm very well aware of it. And I did things that made groups on 2B2T at the time not want to play with me anymore. And it was the kind of thing like it seems almost elementary, like elementary school. It's like I learned socially a lot of stuff on 2B2T because of the group dynamic. And I think I came out a better person. So like game wise, sure, just playing years ago, but 2B2T is now it's just a source of a lot of great people that I know in my life.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so sad that like Silver and I don't talk, and these people don't talk because I've met so many great people from 2B2T that I have no doubt that there are more great people, and it would be so cool to talk
Your
to
mic's
all
kind
these other
of
people that I haven't
splicing
seen.
up.
Yeah, never mind, it's fine.
Oh, there it goes.
I'm I'm
It's
I'm
better now.
wearing. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you again now. It was
I'm.
just kind of splicing up robotic for a second there. I can understand what you're
That's
saying,
fine.
but it was weird.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, I don't know. I'm wearing AirPods. I got the iPhone 10s, baby,
Nice.
and I got AirPods, and I've been walking around. And when I get on the subway, I take them off because I look like a little Jewish boy that needs to get jumped. Literally, when I get on the subway, when I take the bus, I take them off, and I don't take my phone out, and I don't take my wallet out because it's I need to return them. They just look so ostentatious.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
asking to get mugged.
yeah, sure. I gotcha.
So,
Yeah. Do you have any more questions?
yes, actually, I
Cool.
was.
Just I'm fine. I still have water. I'm enjoying talking to you. We should. I want to hear about you when you're done sharing questions about me. Seriously, because we've never talked before this interview. I think I've heard your name before, but it'd be interesting to know why you're doing this interview. Um, and what your experience of 2B2T is, and what you think of what I've said, and how the server is different for you.
Okay.
But yeah, keep asking me questions.
All right. I want to know about James Russell's and the Vapid controversy that happened.
I think those are two separate things.
I think
You
they
have
are
to ask
too.
questions. Just
Yeah.
ask if you have a question, ask. But I can't. That's just a broad subject, huh? Is your mom yelling at
Yeah.
you again?
Sorry, I cut out for a second there.
You
Um.
muted your mic.
I know, yeah, because my mic was messing up.
Because you wouldn't know that your mic's messing up. It was your mom.
Mm, I'm cutting this part out. I'm cutting this part out.
No, you're not.
You're
You
right.
have to
I'm
leave it
not.
in.
My editing skills aren't that good.
Yeah, you're not gonna find this timestamp. It's fine. Just own it, man. I'm not hiding anything. I know that I know, it's fine. I think it's great. That's a great memory of 2B2T when I would be voice chatting with people and their mom would come in. And they're so badass until their mom says it's time for dinner.
Exactly. All right. Well, I don't want to confuse my controversies. I heard
So
that
you were talking about Vapid and James Russell's, and I asked you for deeper questions.
yes, more specifically, James Russell's and how uh, he was finding people's coordinates from the client that he was distributing.
James Russell's, that's not his client, and he was not finding people's coordinates.
Okay.
That's not correct. That didn't happen.
Ah, I see. So you have you had an
Vapid is
argument.
Pyrobyte's client.
You had an argument with James over the
Vap,
client, right? Something I don't know.
not
Hey, look, I'm not gonna assume things. You
not
just
that I can remember. Listen,
explain it to me.
I don't know what you're talking about because Pyrobyte made Vapid, and Vapid was a good hacked client. It was like good. It was, Pyrobyte's a good programmer. It was great. Um, James Russell's is a person, and Vapid existed long before James Russell's and a little bit after. Oh, are you talking about the blog post that he
Uh,
made about coordinates?
I think so. Yeah, where he accused you of being able to find people's coordinates from the client.
Yeah, I thought you were saying that James Russell's made Vapid and he was stealing people's coordinates.
No, no, I got confused. Just bear with me on
Yeah.
that.
Um. So yeah, me and another player who I'm not going to name because it's not my place to say, we're like, hey, let's update Vapid, and we did. And then it's like, hey, let's backdoor Vapid just for fun. And it would be if I typed in chat, like if I typed a specific string, like I think like a phrase, like some green text, like I think it was LOLK. If I said LOLK in chat, anyone who was running our updated Vapid, it would just private message me your coordinates in game on 2b2t, but it would remove the private message from chat. So there's a thing in programming called regular expressions, which is where you can basically develop a pattern to match something, and then if it matches the pattern, um, then do an action. So an example of that would be, um, like I would like a pattern which is a word, a space, and a word, and you could call that pattern first and last name, right? And you could enhance that pattern to say I want word with capital first letter, second word with capital first letter, and a space in between them. That's probably someone's full name. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Yo,
Yeah,
does
yeah,
that make sense?
yeah. It makes
Okay,
sense.
so the regular expression here um, was is it PMing? Like, does it say to Clyde, and is it a number? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, like just everything that like the message that I was sending looked like. And I made a mistake in the regular expression. So part of this was I wanted to know if these were nether chords or overworld chords, right? Because if you're in the nether, I need to know what dimension you're in. I didn't realize that Minecraft stored the nether as -1. I thought Minecraft stored the nether as 0 and the overworld as 1. So it hid coordinates when you were in the overworld, but when you were in the nether, it wasn't looking for a negative number. It only was checking if that was a positive number to hide the PM that your client was sending to me. So it showed up in chat. It was a simple programming mistake. And I fixed it, but obviously no one would download it after we fixed it.
And
And then
I guess
after
that
that, I think,
started the
yeah,
trend of
sorry.
not trusting 2B clients.
I mean, yeah, you should never trust a 2B2T client. That's just stupid.
It's always a bad idea.
Don't, yeah, I mean, and 2B, here's the deal. Here's the deal. unless you're writing something yourself and unless you're a programmer, you know what I mean? There's no reason that you need a special client, or there's no reason that you should use anything other than worse, or whatever, like whatever is like on Minecraft Forge and everyone uses and everyone's heard of. Just use that, because there's not going to be any advantage to the aimbot or to this and that. Like, they're all the same. In NHack, the kill aura is not better than the kill aura in whatever Notice. You can't make it any better. The only reason why we wrote a client is because we enjoy doing it. We wanted to make it technically impressive. We wanted some custom spam stuff. And then it's like if you need, I don't know, like an example was people were doing all that jihading stuff where they drop an end crystal and then kill you. So I wrote a plugin that says, okay, as soon as it detects an end crystal created in the world within 5 blocks of you, just disconnect. And it did it at a program level. So there was no latency in seeing that it's there, opening your menu. You could not kill me with an end crystal. So we had NHack because we could program things like that to our advantage ad hoc when we needed them. So my suggestion is don't use a 2B2T client. That's just a little anecdote, unless you actually know what you're doing and you have a reason to be writing one,
Yeah.
Or like there's no reason why a 2B2T client will give you an advantage. All the same code.
So I want to know, throughout your time on 2B, what enemies have you made that have stayed, if you have any?
I mean, like, on Nerds Inc., we always joke, like, oh, fuck you, Jack. Fuck you, Warmonger.
Yeah.
Yellowstone Joe, even though I don't know what Yellowstone Joe has done at all, to be honest. I don't have enemies. I don't know. I don't think there's anyone that would want to kill me if they saw me. Like, I don't know if anyone has enemies. Like, there's rivalries, but there's not like I don't hate anyone. Everyone's cool. I don't like James. I will say
I don't think anybody
like
likes James.
I was being nice about the other people because if they're good people, but I'm sure James is a good person. Like I said, him and I based together, but he made this website and he was almost a pre-rusher thing. It was like, what are you doing? What are you doing making a website? Sort of claiming like he basically claimed that he's the historian. He did a Sato thing. He's like, look at me. He did this thing clearly with an ego, and it turned him not cool. It turned him pretentious because it's like he used to be a really cool guy, and then it's like, well, look at me. I have this website. I know everything. I can give you answers to your questions. And then he contacted Vice and he did an interview with Vice. And it's like, no, I don't want the face of community to be James. I didn't vote on the face of the community to be James. James is going to say things that I don't agree with. And then the things that I don't agree with are going to go on Vice. And then tens of thousands of people that read about 2B2T are only going to hear James's perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just really upset me because I think that it's the kind of thing like with Fit. This is why we're upset with Fit. Why are you opening the doors for more people? Why are you telling stories that aren't true? Why are you damaging, in my mind, the community? Because let's go back to the analogy where 2B2T could have been an IRC chat room where everyone knew each other. Why are you purposely inviting people in that are going to, change the culture, make it so that those friendships that people had before weren't possible? Why would you ever want that? I don't get it. And Fitz Silent Pedro, he changed his name. No, I don't think he's doing it for money. I mean, if I had a YouTube channel and I was making things that people like, I get it. But it's just, in my mind, I think they just have different perspectives. It's like 2B2T. I wanted it to be that small thing, and they didn't. They didn't care about that. I honestly, I don't think it's money. Silent Pedro
Notoriety, maybe?
I guess. I have no idea why he's doing this YouTube channel and why he started vlogging. I guess he is making money because I guess, and if he is, good for him. But I just think I think the James Russell's blog. I remember he didn't like me. He made a list of media where it's like, here's all of the 2B2T YouTubers, and it's like Tristan, Pop Bob, whatever, Jack the Ripper's YouTube channel, Night Vista's YouTube channel, and he left out mine. And this is when I had YouTube videos up for 2B2T. And I told him, and it's like, dude, you blatantly left me out. I've gotten thousands of views. I'm sure if you Google 2B2T, I come up in the first page on YouTube. It's like why would you do that? Like I don't care. Like I don't want to publicize my YouTube channel. I make funny videos that are basically to make Tristan and I and my friends laugh. And then I just think it's fun, you know. I like to get reactions out of people and I like to laugh. But it's like that's so petty that you show everyone else but you don't show me. I don't know how to explain it. Like it just shows like he's not being true to everything because he can censor and he can remove things that he doesn't want to present. So I just don't like him because I think that it started that, and he's just been a douchebag since. I feel like, and I think he's done a good job with Constantium. I just wish that Constantium was ran by someone that I felt hurt 2B2T.
Yeah, I
Rather, I
agree.
didn't feel hurt 2B2T. Like it
Back
just
at the
sucks.
time when his post
I'm
came
gonna.
out on his blog, I didn't see it like that because I was viewing it from an outsider perspective. I wasn't sure on the situation that was at hand.
What post?
His post, his community post, his blog in general. You know,
Yeah.
I was not
Sure.
aware of how he considered himself until I spoke with Drew way back about
Okay.
it on the
I
interview.
didn't listen to Drew's interview, but I saw
Yeah,
that he did one.
he mentioned
Drew's
a
a
lot
good
about
guy.
James Russell's. It was a big James Russell's conspiracy hour.
Okay.
So it was fun.
Well, I mean, there's no. Again, this is the thing that sucks, and this is a reoccurring theme. He's a cool guy. I based with him. He was cool. He was funny. He is funny. I just don't like his blog, and I just disagree with him. I don't think that we should be promoting 2B2T because that was the whole appeal. It was posted on Hacker News. It was posted on 4chan. We always had times where we were trying to get people on, and at the end of the day, you could have things like 2B2T Sexy Time. It was a different thing. It's not the same anymore. I don't understand why people wanted to change that. I don't, you know, and I guess it's sort of gatekeeping. Again, it's selfish. It's like I want 2B2T to be the same, to be the way that I liked it, but it's like, yeah, I do. I think that's a cool thing, you know.
And I think people didn't see
It's
it the
because
way you did because I remember seeing it like, oh dang, well 2B2T is such a cool place. I feel like everybody should know about it. But I didn't have the same connection to it that you
that's
had
why
to
it's
it. I didn't
cool.
see it as a chat room. I saw it as a Minecraft server that you could do whatever you wanted on. Ooh, I can do all this bad stuff on this
I
server
mean,
that I
yeah,
can't actually do,
that's really cool, but like as soon as you invite too many people, then it's not.
Exactly.
I guess part of the time too is we didn't realize. So there is the whole thing where you want it to be a hole in the wall, but I don't think anyone knew what would happen to the infrastructure. I don't think anyone thought, like, no one was thinking, oh, we're gonna get 100 people on the server at all times, and when that happens, Java's not going to be able to handle that many people. No one was thinking that, and that didn't even happen until Rusher. Like all this Vice stuff, the stuff that James was doing, it was just the things that we were upset about him for. That were where you're telling an untrue or you're telling a biased history of things, and you're leaving things out, and you're changing things for people that you don't like or you don't agree with. That was why I didn't like James. It really wasn't a problem of people coming on the server till Rusher.
And that's what
To be
Fit's been doing
honest,
now. His latest video,
well,
man.
I don't think he's been bringing people on. I don't know. I don't watch his YouTube channel, but if
It's
it's
not that
me,
he's
I
it's not that he's
probably
bringing
must.
people in. It's the misinformation that he's giving, the bias that he has.
Yeah, yeah. I've watched his story time videos. I don't think he cares about the server anymore. I mean, he only played for a little bit of time. He hasn't been playing since I don't know, since like a while ago. So like none of these stories, I don't know. I
It's
think
so
a lot of them are
sad too
the truth is
because
stretched. This,
the
yeah,
the
because all
thing
these kids
is,
watch it.
yeah, exactly. It's the misinformation. You see it, you hear it. Like when you're a part of all this stuff that he's talking about, you know it's not true, and you make a
Yeah, and it
response to it.
sucks.
But then you look in the
Well, it
comments
sucks.
on his videos,
Yeah,
and it's all his fans who don't know anything about what's going on, saying, "Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm ready for a civil war. Yeah, your content's great. I can't wait for more." And it's
Oh, I
like,
don't know what a
why are you so ignorant? But then you have to realize,
well.
oh my gosh, these are children who don't know anything about what's going on. They're just watching
Wait, you
because,
have to
oh my
realize
gosh,
too.
Fit's my favorite YouTuber, you know?
You have to realize too that oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My computer went to sleep. I had to wake it up. I'm in bed now talking to you. I'm just like chilling. up.
I know, yeah,
Um,
so am I.
I so I think the thing with Fit is that it is just a game, and you can't take it that deep. Um, I don't know, like you can't take it that deep. I'm not like pissed at him because sure he's just making YouTube videos, but it I don't know what I was saying. It just affects you when he's saying dumb shit. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. The problem is like he gets to say all this stuff, um, and like we don't have a voice really to say anything back because I've talked to him again, like him and I based together. I knew him well, and then like he just disappeared, kind of with Silver Crown King. But it's like I've only talked to him twice, I think, since he started YouTubing. I have an unlisted video on my channel where him and I were hanging out, and like I was griefing someone at spawn, and it was cool to talk to him because it kind of felt like the old guy, but he he would never say anything that we want him to say because or let me put it this way. I'm not He hasn't said that to me. Who knows, maybe he would, but I've reached out to him a couple times and he's just ignored me. He just hasn't responded, almost like, well, I'm better than you now, even though we played
Yeah.
together for like a year or 2 years.
I
It's
think
just like,
I
oh
think
yeah, you're
somebody said
just
it. I think somebody said it best in the incursion Discord when saying it's always the loudest voice, the person who can get their point across the loudest that that says what history is, that defines history. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
he's
At
might be
least for
spreading misinformation, but years from now, if the server's still active, if people look back, this is what they're going to remember. They're going to remember a civil war that didn't even happen because he's the
yeah,
loudest person. He has the most notoriety.
but you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's a game, and it's I'll always remember it, and the people that played will always remember it. And we had our special thing, and most of us have moved on anyway, and I'm working all the time, so it's not like I'd be playing 2B2T as much as I used to. So we'll remember it. I don't need everyone to remember exactly this is who I based with and this is what was said for shit that I did when I was a kid on Minecraft. Like I don't want that recorded in history. So it doesn't matter to me. I think it was more upsetting at the time when we still sort of played 2B2T. It was upsetting with James because that was like when I would actively base and he'd say things and it's like, well, that's not true. And then like people in the community would think differently of me because of it. I felt like so that affected me. And when Fit was doing all the videos, bringing people in, yeah, it affected me because he created the whole Rusher thing. Like
Yeah,
literally, without Fit, there it would have still been new fag and it would have been normal. But he's like, I'm not upset about Fit's misinformation because it doesn't matter at this point. I'm just upset at them bringing in the people and creating these, just changing the community, just be a YouTuber, whatever community. It's because it's like I watch I have a brother. He's 7. I love him, and he has gotten into Minecraft, and he watches this YouTuber called Preston Plays on our TV all the time. Um, I moved back in with my dad to save money, um, so I see him all the time now. And oh man, it's just like I could totally see him finding Fit MC, and I could totally see like how they're bringing in this generation of just kids. Like they're not again like what I mean by that is the old 2B2T player base was 4chan, Face Punch, and Hacker News, which was mostly like either adults or like I don't know, like cool people, smart people, not normies. And I thought that was cool. But now the audience is changing to like YouTube kids. It's just totally different. It's just I don't even remember how we got down this tangent. It's just interesting to share thoughts on it.
yeah, and I think it's important to share thoughts
And
on
again,
stuff
like,
like that right now.
well, I don't think it's that. Again, it's like it's a game, but the
Yeah,
reason why I think I'm so upset about it is because again, it's not healthy, but it's the amount of time that I actually did spend, like physically hours. I mean, I've spent like probably over 1,000 hours. And let me put it this way: I'm not proud to admit it, but I have 4,000 hours logged on Gary's mod on Steam, which is let's do the math. That's 4,000 divided by 24, half a year straight without sleeping of playing Gary's mod. So I don't think I've played 2B2T as much as Gary's mod, like logged in online, because a lot of the but my whole point is like I've spent a significant amount of time that it's a significant part of my head that I care about it, and I probably shouldn't care about it. It's probably wrong to, you know. And I have so many friends from it, and like a whole part of my community, because here's the deal, like I don't have a lot of friends in real life. I have like a couple from school. I don't like them. Like we're not into the same things, but the friends that I made on 2B2T who I have gone out of my way to meet in real life are into the same things, and we're not socially awkward. It just happened to be like, I don't know, people make friends on Discord, on the internet. I don't know, like people make friends on the internet now, and I use 2B2T to make my internet friends. So because we have that common ground, like 2B2T is just something that does not leave my life, so it's important. I'm just I don't know how to, like, I'm sure an alternative that might make it sound less stupid is like you join like a local German club or like VFW. Oh, that's not a good example. Like you're in a club, you're in theater at school, and you meet these people that you're really good friends with, and the only reason why you know each other is you all do theater every day. Um, Theater becomes a very important part of your life, and to someone else, it might not matter, but to you, you go to theater every day, or you all the people that you know are from theater. You know,
Yeah.
so like that's kind of how it is for me ish, I guess. I don't know. Again though, it's been a while. I don't think about 2B2T that much anymore, but it's like every once in a while, like right now I'm in a moment where I'm loading the 2B2T context in my head again, and you know, I can miss it and I can feel strongly about it.
Yeah, definitely. Like the times that I played in the beginning, the groups and the friends I had in the beginning, it really
Yeah.
sucks to look back and think that that's not going to exist anymore. Like half the people I used to base with
Nah.
in the beginning, like at Shenandoah, are gone. Like they're gone
um
and never
I've
coming
never
back.
been to Shenandoah. No one gave me the cords.
Oh well, they were
I
public
wanted to
anyways,
go.
so
They wouldn't let me.
it was so close to
Oh well,
spawn too.
then I'm just stupid. But uh, Constantium is sort of the same. It sort of has a feel. It has a small feel. You can navigate. I think that there's less chat though, and that was part of what 2B2T was. The whole thing about 2B2T that was amazing was you could get you could grief a base, or you could like say something in chat, and you would have a whole, like you could just get reactions out of people. There were all these chats going. You could have political discussions and this and that. It was like you're on like a 4chan board or something. It was just constant. And if you go in Constantium and post something, the problem with Constantium is it's the audience. It's just kids still. It's like there isn't anyone worthwhile talking to. And, and if there's no one worthwhile talking to, why would you want to spend time building bases on this server, you know?
Hmm.
That's why it's like, I think Tristan mentioned that he plays Constantium, but we don't play it the same way because it's not the same thing. It's not the same audience. 2B2T was a place where you met these amazing people and we did incredible things. And I used to build really cool bases and work really hard and you know, and walk far. But why would you do that if there's no history on the server and there's no one to impress or no one to like it's just a Minecraft server. So it's fun to play on it because it has sort of a 2B2T feel where it's vanilla, but it's just fun to go on and grief and collect Vocoin. It's just a meme thing, and I'm sure we'll stop soon.
Yeah.
I don't think it has the potential to be 2B2T again because 2B2T was an experience that ended a few years ago. It was like a 5 year experience that's gone. Now 2B2T is a queue that is laggy, that if you go on you can see like ancient ruins of the places that we used to hang out in, because it's like I haven't actually done anything on 2B2T the server since, I mean, it's probably since my last YouTube videos were on. It just got too laggy. Once House removed the veteran queue, it just stopped. You can't play. I'm not waiting 45 minutes to log on. I'm at like a base. I'm at a really cool base, but I can't do anything because I break a block and I just gets reset.
Hmm. It is
You
really
know,
sad having to sit in queue for so long just to get into a server where like half of it's bots.
it's nice though. I did win 2B2T, And what I mean by that is I am at Housemaster's base, so it is fun to log on and see the cool see some cool shit. But there's nothing else to do because
Wait,
I'm there.
Housemaster's base,
I
what?
have items. Yeah, Housemaster has a base. It's
That's
hidden. You'll never
active on
find it.
Tubi? What?
Yeah, it's not active. It's been dead for like years now, but
That's
that's
wild.
where my main is.
So it's existed
Yeah,
this entire time. How has it existed?
it's just existed. It was built because Housemaster is a real person and his friends.
So yeah, you actually knew Housemaster, right? Like you've spoken to Housemaster.
Um, I'm not I'm not friends with Housemaster, but he knows who I am and I know who he is. We both post on FacePunch and like I'm in friend groups that interlap with his friend groups. Um, he's a modder for this source mod, this video game. He's not a modder. He's a mapper. And I've like been on play tests with him. And I said like, "House, do you want to make a base together?" And I remember once he play tests for like a week. He's no 2B2T here, but yeah. I think he removed me on Steam, but if I add him back, he'd add me. Um, I'm also friends, pretty good friends. We haven't talked in a while though, but on Facebook with a couple people from 2B2T that know House. I don't know. It's like people say it's like mythical. He's just a guy. I don't know what his motive. I mean, I don't know what his motive is for running 2B2T at this point. I don't know why. I don't know what he's getting out of it. I mean, he sold the server to Russia. It's not his
Yeah.
anymore.
Like, does he have absolutely no control over it now, though? Like, what control does
I
he
have no
have?
idea. I have no idea. I don't know who. I hear that people keep getting banned from the subreddit. It's stupid. Like I
Yeah,
don't know what's going on 2B2T.
my
I
DrEnderPickles
just.
account got banned for criticizing one of Fit's posts.
Are you joking?
I'm not even joking. I'll send you the comment too.
So
It broke no
so
rules.
then Fit owns the server. Then I
Pretty
guess,
much.
dude. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I don't know, and I haven't cared to find out what's going on. Just because I like, I don't know. I don't. There's like a. I feel like for me talking with Housemaster, like I like to talk to him because I thought he was cool. He did some cool stuff on Face Punch, and like he created the server. He must be a cool guy. Um, but on from his perspective, talking to people from 2B2T, obviously everyone wants to talk to Housemaster. Um, so like I don't know, when talking to these people about 2B2T things, there's a budget that you have to use to like ask questions, and it's a budget that replenishes very slowly. You know what I mean? You can't cash out every day. You can only cash out every once in a while. So I don't know, like I haven't even refilled that account. So just because it's been a while since I talked to Housemaster, so I don't know if I could even get in touch with him anymore to find out, or if he'd want to talk to me. But he was cool, and we had some really cool discussions.
Well, all right.
Yeah, him and I talked. I wrote him a plugin that was going to fix. What was it going to fix? He disabled Electras because you could do Electrify, and I wrote a plugin that fixed it. There was no backdoor in it, and then he like wouldn't install it because he just got nervous. And then I was working on an upgrade to like the chat plugin where we have party chats and stuff. And I don't know, we just never finished it. I don't know. I have like a weird sort of relationship with Housemaster.
Well, I mean, unless you have anything else to bring up, I mean, I'd like this to continue, but
Yeah, no,
anything you
not
just want to
really. It's
put out
just
into the air. You said there was some stuff earlier that I
uh,
hadn't mentioned that you think I thought I would mention. Have I mentioned
I
that?
don't remember. I just wanted to say that like I think the thing that I wanted to say is that I just met a lot of great people on 2B2T, and you know like it's dead now. I think
Yeah.
Jared might have said the same thing. It's dead. It's not. It's gone. it's dead. It's not the same thing anymore. It was fun, and I wish people could have experienced that era. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't understand what it was like in 2B2T's golden
I
days.
don't think
Even
you
I don't.
either,
Yeah,
man.
as I say, even I don't.
Yeah, but I
I've only
just
comprehended what I've
well,
gained from early 2014, and most of it I've forgotten by now.
yeah. I mean, I'm talking to you because Tristan talked to you, and because it was like, oh, you got Police Mike 55, and you got Jack the Ripper, and it's like, okay, well, I'll support his project. Like, maybe you want to go into journalism when you want to get experience interviewing people. I don't know. I'll do it. Cool. Why not?
Oh, no way. I'm just doing this for fun. I get to
Um,
talk to all these big players, you know?
yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous though because it's like I've talked a lot about personal stuff, and I don't want to come across as like I don't know. I'll come across how I come across.
Wait,
I
come
feel
across
like
as
when I
what?
play, well, it's like when I play 2v2t, there's a facade that everyone keeps up where you just log on and you just start screaming racial slurs and obscenities and all kinds of terrible stuff. So I feel weird because probably people are going to listen to this, and it's going to start off like I don't know. I think it's the mystique or whatever facade I've kept up. I'm just interested in. I mean, I don't know, people's perspectives are probably going to change.
There's no point in keeping up some sort of facade. I think that's what is so
Yeah,
important.
I don't
You know,
intentionally do it, but it's
there's always a person behind the screen, you know? And I think that's
so.
really interesting that you open
Here's the thing that
up
I'm
so
thinking
much
about.
about that.
I can imagine someone watching or listening to this interview, and then they see me log on Constantium, and I just start screaming like I don't want to say it, but like I start screaming like N word, N word, N word. Um, it's just so funny how there's like people who you see just spam that shit. There's so much more behind it than just N word.
Yeah, yeah.
To me, I log on 2v2t and I log on Constantium and I just like scream politically incorrect things, and I'll DM Jack the Ripper if he's on, and say, "Yo, pass the Kush," and all kinds of jokes or just stupid shit we've said. Um, and it's just like almost like it's like stretching. It's like let me just say all of the racist stuff that I'm not allowed to say when I have a real life during the day, and when I have to go to dinner with family, and when I'm with my girlfriend, and when I'm at work in very important meetings. It's like let me just go out here and just throw it all out. That's kind of what it is for me now. It's like a way I can vent.
Yeah.
Um,
I actually can
so
relate to that a lot.
that's what the internet is for me. It's an amazing place because you can go on like like you can just go into a chat room and you can say suck my dick, and you could just and then it would just be normal. Like you can talk about insanely personal things, sexuality or your I don't know what you think of your girlfriend, or I don't know, just like very very deep things that like you can't just go up to a colleague at work and start talking about. It's not socially acceptable. I think
Exactly.
the internet is an amazing place for that. It's mind blowing.
The internet is an escape from social conformity.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's just different social. It's just totally different. It's amazing. I like yeah. So my question for you that I'm just curious because for anyone listening, him and I haven't talked at all. Besides, hey,
Yeah, we
Tristan
just
told me
started
he wanted
this.
to interview
Yeah.
me. Yes, so I'm wondering when you joined 2B2T, you said early 2014. I
Uh,
actually asked Tristan to get me your player file. Let me see if he's got it yet. Did you get? Oh no, I asked him to get someone else's player
wait,
file.
I was about to say my
Um,
player file? That'd be awesome. Oh my gosh.
yeah, we might have it. I don't know. But the whole
You'd have
oh
to go by
yeah,
my old
uh,
name,
you, you,
Jacobagrat.
yeah, we didn't even talk about the time that I backdoored 2B2T and I stole files from the server. The
Yeah.
problem was I had backdoored it, but I didn't. So I didn't. I could read any file from the server that I wanted to and write anything, but I didn't know the folder that the server was in. So like I couldn't list folders, so I just had to guess. Is it in home/Minecraft? No, there's nothing here. Like it was useless. but I stole some stuff that proved that I was in the server. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, but you joined early 2014. What like what did how'd you find the server and what have you been doing? Base or what
Well,
was your
I
first
found
base?
this is actually it's actually interesting. I found the server in a magazine, too, a Minecraft magazine, and
Seriously,
yeah,
why did you have Minecraft magazine?
well, somebody had gotten it for me for like a birthday present or a Christmas present or something, and
Okay, family member, classmate, or something.
exactly,
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
and
I remember we were joking around. We're like, we're in Minecraft magazine. What the fuck? I remember that.
yeah, yeah, it was like I think it's like Advanced Minecrafter 2.0 or something weird like
So
that.
you actually that's amazing. If you ever write a bio for your YouTube channel, you just need to say like after 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 getting gifted the Minecraft magazine by Aunt Tiffany or something. I don't know. You know, Dr. Enderpickles wanted to be an advanced Minecraft player, so he joined 2B2T. So keep going. Sorry.
It had a lot of stuff listed, like, tips and tricks and techniques and stuff, like for
Yeah.
people who don't know how to play the game, so like 7-year-olds. And the back
Cool.
of the book had like suggested games that were like Minecraft and suggested servers and maps. And
Okay.
2B2T was on there, and I can't remember specifically what it said, but it said
Yeah.
along the lines of this server is hardcore. Do not join if you are lighthearted.
Yeah. I mean, if you, I don't know why they put that in the kids magazine because you're gonna
I
join
don't.
and it's
Yeah,
just
I
gonna be
don't
like,
either. I think they mostly put it in there for the visuals because they use world renders. I don't know who they got them from, but it was somebody on TV that had a world render, and it
I
looks
think
really cool.
Pyrobate did them.
But yeah, it was really cool, and I was really
Pyrobate always
intrigued.
did really cool stuff.
I was really
Yeah,
intrigued by
sure.
the idea of anarchy and like being able to do whatever you want on an internet space like that. It was so
Hmm.
like had so much free roaming and like a sandbox game like that. So it was really
Yeah,
interesting,
sure.
different from everything had done that I had done before. And I was also relatively new to the game also. So I didn't know much about the game when I joined. And initially when I joined 2B, I uh I didn't play 2B. I actually went to 3B for like months upon months. And that's where I met like Kane's Law, Vernillion,
King's Law is
Drew.
awesome.
Uh,
Tristan said he hates King's Law. He only hates King's Law because King's Law leaked his base courts. I Snapchat him all the time, and he's a very cool guy.
Kane's Law actually left a comment on my Tristan video because I remember because I just checked it today. And
Okay.
yeah, we're not on the best terms. He lava boxed me during one of the incursions. It's we used to be good friends, but I don't know. I really don't know what happened
Okay.
with most of my friends from 3B. We all just kind
Mm.
of drifted off
Okay.
in different ways.
Again, the thing with Kane's Law again is I'm not 2B2T friends with him. I haven't talked to him about 2B2T in years. I like I talked to him about like he posts pictures. He works on cars. He's a very cool guy. He works on. I think he has a pilot's license. Maybe I've seen he's been posting pictures of his plane a lot. Like we just Snapchat while we're at work and stuff. I have that with a lot of people from 2B2T actually, where we just talk about work. And it's cool.
But
It's
uh,
all cool.
but yeah, I played 3B for a while. We had some rando with us too, some random girl gamer who left like right after
Nice.
we got in on 3B. Uh, and then I actually got reintroduced to 2B by Jared. How weird is that? Before
How'd you meet Jared?
he just got on the server and like started messaging me. He was on his Dark Joe account. I didn't really know him before then. And he's like, "Well, you should
Yeah.
come back to 2B." Just kind of convinced me. I forgot how he convinced me, but he convinced me. And
Oh
then I
wow.
then I got I actually went on James Russell's blog and found the post about Shenandoah, and I was like, "Dang, I want to be at that base." So I messaged
Yeah.
Jesse number 7 or Jesse number 6. I can't remember his name. He was very well
Yeah.
known. And he referred me to Exodus, and I ended up joining the base. And there was a lot of confusion about stuff within the base, but yeah,
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you experienced some of 2B2T. Like you were able to be on a server, and or not on a server, like you were able to join a base and you got that aspect. I'm not thinking straight because I'm actually in my Dropbox. I'm trying to find some pictures of 2B2T that I don't want you to link to anyone, but I think could provide some I'm trying to find pictures of the tiny chat,
Yeah.
because that was really fun. I don't know if I'll find anything. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking there's more people too that like I want to meet from 2B2T in real life. I'm probably gonna meet Jared soon. I know where he lives, and it's just a matter of I just haven't had time to come up. But there's a standing invitation from Jared,
Yeah,
so
you
that'll be
gotta
fun.
tell me
I'll
how that
probably be
goes.
the first person there. Sorry.
You gotta tell me how that goes.
Um, yeah, it'll be fun. He's a nice guy, like I said. Sad thing is I can't figure out where ooh, is this a 2B2T screenshot? 2:43 a.m. It's a screenshot. It is, but it's not anything valuable. It's Nerds Inc. like in 2015. Screenshots. Oh, I have a picture of Aaron in his military uniform. That's cool. I don't know. Man, I want to find something. I have a folder called 3B3T. There's nothing in there though.
I
I have a
remember
folder called
I really played that server
screenshots.
so much. Like I actually had a chance on there, but it was only like what 5K by 5K.
Yeah. So I found a ton of screenshots here of just us in the chat room, but they're all sort of recent. Oh, there's Tristan. I want to find a good Skype one to send you.
I feel like I've seen it
Oh
like a
my
screenshot of
god.
this before.
Yeah, you have. Oh my god. I just found a good one with Brandon. Let's see.
Oh yeah, I actually had Brandon added on Facebook for a while until I leaked his chords.
Why did Brandon added you on Facebook?
I had his Facebook. Didn't add
You
me.
didn't have him
I think
added.
well I think we might have been added, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
It's been
sure.
so
I
long.
gotcha. Sure. Yeah, I don't have any screenshots. It looks like sad. They're all old. Maybe if it's in the temp folder. I'm in my Dropbox right now. I found nhack from 1.8.2. My computers are like totally disorganized. Because every time I get a new computer, I basically redo how I do all organization. That makes sense.
I know,
And I
yeah.
guess I've lost
I'm so disappointed
that.
with how I've managed my computer so far because I've filled up my C drive and I can't get anything to go into my D drive. It's all go. Every time I try to redirect it, it just clogs up.
Yeah, well, we just talked a lot about nothing, so maybe you could trim this down so it's not just filled
I
with
think
stuff.
people like that though, like this conversation type stuff, like that
Yeah,
real raw conversation.
sure. I'm trying to find right now. I'm in Google. I mean, man, we would have like 6 hour, uh, 6 hour
I
Skype
know,
calls
and
sometimes.
I'm looking at the time right now. We should probably kind of cap it off here, unless you have anything
Right.
else to talk
Wait,
about.
wait, wait. I have this that I'm dropping. I found a picture of Tiny Chat. Take a look at that. This was what 2B2T was.
What? Oh my
It was
gosh.
amazing. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. Is this a? That's not a 2B2T picture. I just googled 2B2T sexy time, and that screenshot came up. Ah, that's another great. Wait, where'd it go? Look at this. This is so fucking funny. I don't know who made this.
Wait,
You can show
so
these.
who? Wait, who
You
is
should
that
just
guy?
make the. I have no idea. We used to have a lot of like creepy men playing. I know who the people are in the chat. Some of them. I know who Pseudofox is, who C-SPAN is, Sun is. Um, I don't. I was trying to find some of my old Reddit accounts. I don't know if I find any tiny chat pictures. I'll send them to you because it was really fun.
Yeah, that's
But
that's
yeah,
funny.
cool.
All right. Well, I say we cap this off here. I definitely want to get in touch with you again though, because I think this was a very nice interview. But I think I have some
Yeah, sure.
plans for next time though.
Okay.
I'll
Um,
let you know though
I def
after.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. I hope it's not too long. I hope that I've said some things at the beginning, and I feel like I would want people to listen to the whole interview because we started just talking about some specific people on 2B2T. Um, I don't know, and I think the discussion in the middle was good. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what
it
I'm
definitely
saying
changed over
entirely.
time
Yeah, so
for the
it's very
bad,
dynamic.
for like the best, you know.
You got to find a way to edit this stuff. You can, I don't know, you can make a best of highlights later, maybe. You can timestamp. This is what you should do in the description. You should timestamp like when we change topics, but it might be hard for you to like go through an hour of discussion or however long we've been talking.
Oh heck
How long have we
nah.
been talking? Do you know how long we've been talking?
Time says an hour, but I stopped recording earlier after 30 minutes, so when it's put together, it's gonna be an hour
Okay,
30 minutes.
we started talking at 7:41 and it's 9:15, so we've
Yeah,
been talking over an hour.
yeah.
Cool.
You
Well,
you
I
may
don't
or
know.
may not have beat out Tristan's stream. I mean Tristan's
I hope I did.
interview.
Well, here's the thing. I think Tristan's content ended when Jared came on. Like I said, uh, I think that no one will have the context to understand that discussion.
Yeah,
But maybe they'll enjoy hearing it. Like you said, I don't know who's listening. I
I
think it's
think it was
crazy, but
a juicy finale to the first 7 or so episodes
yeah,
of the DrEnderPickles Show. And
yeah.
you being
Well,
on and Silver Crown King and Alpha being on has kind of launched this new
how would you compare my interview with Silver Crown King? Because
oh,
I
10
feel like
times better. He talked for like 27 minutes.
oh well, I'm not asking if it's better. I just mean like I didn't really want to talk. I didn't want to talk like Minecraft drama. I wanted to
Yeah.
talk more of how 2B2Ts affected me and have a real conversation that's not memey, you know?
I mean that's how Silver Crown Kings was too. His interview was
Okay,
pretty
good.
good. But
Okay, I'm excited to listen to it.
yeah, it wasn't exactly drama filled. It was more of just his experience on 2B.
Yeah, he was a cool guy. He was one of the most incredible builders. The patience that we had to mine out all of that obsidian needed to build a gold farm. And if you just Google a picture of the KK Gold Farm, that was all him, man. Credit to him. I mean, everyone helped, but he was the project manager. You know, he got that done, and I think it's one of the greatest things that's ever been done on 2BTT. It's just mind blowing because the thing was there wasn't any hacking, there wasn't any cheating. It's just let's build this massive fucking gold spawner, like just the biggest one that's possible given the limitations of the game, and we just did it. You know.
Hmm.
You go to it, it's just this massive pyramid in the desert. It was fun.
All right. Well, this has been a good
Yeah,
interview. It was very nice talking to
cool.
you.
Yeah,
This has been the
nice
Not
talking
During
to
the
you too,
Pickle
Doctor
Show.
Ender Pickles.
Signing off.